no, the final Phase 3 MCU film doesn't pay off. Short answer, it does. Spider-Man Far From Home stars Samuel L. Jackson, Tom Holland, Zendaya, is directed by Jon Watts. Boy, I was very excited for the film, rocking the promo Spidey t-shirt because you gotta promote Spider-Man. So, yeah. Wow. This movie's fantastic. Well, I don't know if I necessarily call it fantastic. It's a great movie. I actually like this movie more than Homecoming. Quite a bit, actually. I really enjoyed Homecoming. I thought that was a great MCU film. That was a low-scaled budget, not low-scale budget, a low-scaled, no-stake MCU film that I really enjoyed. Here, the stakes are much higher. Spider-Man meets Mysterio, played by Jake Gyllenhaal, or Quentin Beck, whatever you want, played by Jake Gyllenhaal. And he deals with the Elementals, and he also deals with a very classic, a very classic Spider-Man trope, dealing with having to, defeat monsters or defeat the bad guy, but wanting to spend, time with the ones he loves, and that creates a very good banter in the film. This is a very fast-paced movie. Now, my favorite thing probably about Far From Home might actually be Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio or Quentin Beck. He is excellent in this movie. I think he pretty much gives the best performance in the film. Tom Holland is still fantastic, and his relationship with Zendaya, MJ in the film, are very good. And since of how fast-paced the movie is, I think there's a lot of dread with that, because Spider-Man wants to, Peter wants to, hook up with MJ and tell her how it feels, but there's also something going on that he has to deal with, so he has to try and do it fast. But that thing always gets in the way, and that's a very classic Spider-Man trope that this movie handles extremely well. And all the action is also fantastic. The visuals for the Elementals are great. There's a really, really awesome tie-in MCU twist in the middle, which again, won't spoil. This is a spoiler-free review. The Elementals look fantastic. The fights with them are great. There's about 4 fight scenes in this movie. There's one with Mysterio versus the Water Elemental, Spider-Man, the Black Suit Spider-Man, and Mysterio versus the Fire Elemental. That's awesome. The final fight, and then there's a lot of tinkering with Spider-Man's mind in the film. There's a line of dialogue that Mysterio gives to Peter in the film that is heartbreaking, gut-wrenching, and really it's an amazing line of dialogue. Samuel Jackson is still fantastic as Nick Fury. He's awesome in the role. The final fight is really cool of what they do with these drones. I think Ned is used to his fullest potential in the movie. He's very funny. So yeah, overall the comedy, the action, the acting, very A-okay stuff there. And I think of how fast-paced the movie is, it makes your heart pumping. So there's a scene in the film, again, I won't spoil, where Spider-Man is trying to get with MJ, but he has to, you feel the drama in the film of how he really wants to be with MJ, but he has this thing that he's dealing with. And it leads to something that's very funny. I won't spoil if you haven't seen the trailers, but it does spoil in the trailer, but it's still very funny in the film. I think all the drama that they handle in the film is very good. And again, all the acting is fantastic. The look of Spider-Man's suit, he goes through a changeable amount of suits in the film. All of them look great. There's not really any marketing material. It's just him going through new suits. Because, he needs the extra power to defeat the Elementals. And there were 2 after-credit scenes. One of them is a really cool tie-in to to like tie into like Captain Marvel of how Nick Fury has kind of taken over something with these people, and it's very cool to check out. It's awesome. There's an end credit scene. There's two end credit scenes. I just talked about the last one, but the first end credit scene in the end credits. It is mind-blowing. I cannot wait to talk about it in the spoiler review. I'll have that on Friday. So I'll give you some nice time to like see the film, then come check out my spoiler review. And there's a fantastic cameo in the first end credit scene. Just put a smile on my face. Now with my only 3 negatives with the film. 1, there's a scene where Spider-Man gets hit by a train and he's like obviously very bruised. I think the film doesn't really take that much time to like dig in of how he's bruised, of how he's recovered from that. It's just kind of lends to a comedy scene. That is funny, but it kind of just goes away from that. I think we could have spent a bit more time on that. It just felt quite of a rushed scene to me. Scene at least. There's a twist. Again, that's very cool to check out. It's a very nice tie-in to all the very small character roles that have a bigger role in this movie. I think it relies a bit too much on exposition, kind of. It relies a bit too much on exposition, and I think it just, really, it's about a 5-minute twist scene, and I think 4 minutes of that is just exposition of how this is a twist. And I think it kind of drags it down a bit, but it's still a great twist and very awesome. And finally, I think the film has a bit of pacing issues, really in only 2 scenes. So, you get the 2 fights with the elementals. Now, the first fight with the elementals is a water elemental. So there's like a whole chase between Italy, and Simius trying to like catch it and stuff and destroy it. Then it goes to some more comedy talking scenes, and it loses its like drag of action. And then there's a fight with a fire elemental, which is my favorite action scene in the film. Very intense, and it kind of also suffers because it goes down to more talky stuff. That's not boring. Some of the talks between Quentin Beck and Peter Parker are very good, very fun. But it does have a bit of drag, maybe? Yeah, but those are my only negatives. Overall, I'm going to give Spider-Man Far From Home an A-. It is a great Spider-Man movie, easily in my top 5 of the year. I put it at my 5th favorite of the year. So yeah, I don't really think anything can beat Endgame or Toy Story 4. So for my top 5 now, I'm sadly going to have to put Rocket Man at my number 6. Then this at my number 5. Number 4 is still John Wick 3. Number 3 is Us. Number 2 is Toy Story 4. And number 1 is Avengers Endgame. So yeah, share, comment, like, and subscribe. And if you have seen the film or you're going to see the film, tell me down below what your expectations are. If you have seen it, tell me down below what you thought of it. So yeah, share, comment, like, and subscribe. I'll see you next time.